Bullpen is the only Mafia news station.
You know, what you're talking about in terms of getting infiltrators into these groups. I went to high school and to college with a guy who was recruited by the FBI, and he doesn't tell me the CIA, but I'm sure it was the CIA as well, to infiltrate. At that point, it was the groups that Sammy was just talking about, the late 60s, early 70s. And his job was to go in there and to do whatever was necessary to get as much information as possible and to talk to them and to interview them, so to speak, but not in, a formal interview, and then to come back to his handlers and do it. And one of the things he had to do was he had to participate in the unrest, let's call it, that they were involved in. And in some instances, he told me, I had to, encourage them. I had to, kind of get them to do this stuff. It's a tactic the government has used forever. Look, it was used in January 6th. That guy who's on every video, rebel rousing the crowd up with the red hat on, the older guy, was an FBI, either an FBI informant, FBI operative or something. Guy's never been locked up. Never been locked up. And you never can get an answer out of these people as to who he was.
Governments get to a point, they lose touch with reality. They become organized crime, and they use everybody, get these groups to turn around, to go against everybody.
Right.
They get the black people to talk about racism, to go against white people. They don't want that blend of people to happen. It must make them sick. If they saw me in my gym and I'm at my gym and I'm in a jacuzzi with a black guy talking with him, bullshitting, or I walk out and I'm talking to 2, 3 black guys, and that must make them sick. Sammy should be fighting with them, or they should be fighting with him. And it makes them sick if we get along. So Sammy, this is why they do all these moves, all of these things, to create havoc, so they got cover for themselves.
Exactly.
They became so big and so powerful now. Years ago, it existed, but not on this level. Now you got the news media. I mean, even back then in my time, you were afraid of the news media. You didn't want to have anything to do with them. They'd come after you. They'd tell stories. You couldn't stop them.
Yep.
If you were corrupt, you wanted to stay away from the media. But not anymore. The media seems to be completely on their side. Big tech on their side. Good part of Hollywood on their side. That's a lot of power.
Yep.
It's too much power. And who's controlling that is the government.
Yep.
What part of the government? Mostly the Democrats with some Republicans. Oh boy, we're fucked.
Yes, we are. Hey, Jay, don't you think it's odd that these people talk about white supremacy and gangs and that kind of thing, and Antifa is made up of mostly white people?
Yeah.
Mostly white people. Do you ever hear anybody in the media, any government agency going after Antifa? Of course not. In fact, they say
who's paying them.
Yeah,
no, they're a protected group.
Yeah, they say it's just an ideal.
And they were being paid by that guy from overseas.
George Soros.
George Soros.
Yeah.
He's a scumbag of scumbags. Don't even belong to our country, and he's paying for this chaos. And we don't do nothing. The news media, the law. How would that be possible?
That
would be like somebody in Sicily controlling all this shit that's going on here. Would they put up with it? No.
Oh.
But they put up with this stuff. So when you put up with it, you're part of it. Of course I'm going to put up with John Gotti, what he does, or the mafia does, or anybody, because I'm part of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree. No, he's a good guy. That's not happening. This is bullshit. That's bullshit. Because I'm part of it. So if you're agreeing with it, you're part of it. You can't be just naive, or to just, like in Trump's words, you can't just even be that stupid. These ain't stupid people. These are people who are lawyers, doctors, become politicians. They're not stupid people. And they're not all stupid. So it's not stupidity. These are sophisticated plans. We're the stupid people that we tolerate it. We don't even see it.
Yep.
They don't even hide it anymore. They say things. We're going to take away this right. We're going to take away cash. So you have to deal with the banks. So we know everything you do. We want to put gauges in the car to see how many miles you drive. So maybe we don't want to give you enough gas to drive more than 50 miles.
Question.
So they're holding you in a spot. They want to go to Maui. They want to get a whole fucking community. They want a smart city. When they want these things, they're devious. They're not stupid. They're careless. They don't care who dies. Men, women, children, no matter what color you are, no matter what race you are, no matter what nationality you are, they don't give a fuck. To them, we're all the same. We're garbage to them. We're a bunch of cattle.
Yeah.
Look what they don't want. They don't want us to eat meat no more.
Exactly.
Vegetables are being fucked with. I mean, you can go on for days just talking about this stuff, and it's hard to comprehend. Even for me, sometimes I get lost on what to say because there's so many issues, I lose track of it. I can't talk about 40 issues. We got this homeless problem that everybody's looking at now. And why don't we just turn around and say, Trump was closing the border. Biden and the Democrats opened it up. How could you people talk about, oh yeah, it's a problem, we're going to try and fix it? How? If you're keeping the border wide open and they're coming in by the thousands every day and you're shipping them all over the country, is that how you're going to fix it?
His latest today, Biden was that I can't close the border yet because there's technology that needs to be put into place, and the technology is not ready to do it. Who would buy that bullshit? I just don't understand it. That's what he said today. It's unbelievable.
It's easy to understand.
Yeah.
It's easy to understand. They have no intentions of closing it. This is in their behalf.
Yep.
It works for them.
They opened up gates and told us that they did it because the antelope in that area needed to graze on both sides of the border. I mean, are you kidding me? That's what they expect people to swallow. And there are idiots who are going to go to the ballot box in November next year and vote.
But it's not what they expect people to swallow. They know people are swallowing.
Yes, absolutely.
Because
you're right.
They're not idiots. They know the public is like lambs. They may not like it, but they're not going to say or do anything. Yep. So who gives a fuck? We could give them some stupid story, come out about those lambs or whatever it is coming across the border, opening the border, and it don't matter. It's an answer. The news media don't do anything. Me and you were disturbed, and Jay and Anna was disturbed at that kind of a fucking answer. How do the fucking news people, these are intelligent people, go through colleges. They're supposed to be good people who go through colleges and say, hey, how the fuck are we not reporting this? I'm a reporter.
Well, you know what the reason, Sam, one of the reasons is that the colleges are the places where this thought process is instilled in these people. That's where it starts with these professors.
College is brainwashing.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, look, all this woke shit. Yeah.
You know, Harvard just hired Lori Lightfoot as an instructor, Bill de Blasio as an instructor, and one of these guys from CNN who was a complete dunce as an instructor they're now on the faculty at Harvard. Could you imagine spending money and sending your kid to a class where Lori Lightfoot teaches you about government and health? I think that's what she's supposed to be teaching. It's unbelievable.
Well, if they're doing that, maybe I can get a job at Arizona State University and teach the kids, how to, what to do.
Yeah,
it's
unbelievable. Crazy.